a filler video. So with Clara, I really don't like Clara. It's not that she isn't strong, she's fine, but the main problem is with her kit. To me, it tries to do so many things. She tries to be a tank, but she tries to be a damage dealer. But the problem is she's not good at both. So okay, let me break down what are the things I don't like about Clara. With Clara's kit, I'm just gonna do a general breakdown. I'm not gonna go read the entire kit just because like I don't wanna stall for time. Look, I don't wanna do it as much as okay, so starting off with Clara's gimmick. Her gimmick is that if she's attacked, Svarg will launch a counterattack on the enemy who attacked Clara and will mark them. That mark will increase the damage done by her skill by like twice. So, for example, 60% of her attack, it'll turn into like 120. So it'll double the motion value. Her ult enhances her counterattacks or Zvarg's counterattacks, except for 2 counterattacks only. But it does increase the chances of Clara being attacked, and it does double the motion value of the counter and turns it into a blast attack. I was about to say an AoE, but no, it's a blast attack. So the one thing I really don't like about her kit is the counter. Her kit revolves around her counter. Now, hypothetically, it's good because when enemies attack Clara, Clara would have an incredibly high damage ceiling. Like if enemies attack twice and then Clara like gets like 10 counter, like you know how some bosses have like an extra turn? Like imagine like 5 enemies have those like extra turn attacks. They all target Clara. Clara gets off like 10 counter attacks. That's kind of insane because her damage ceiling is hypothetically infinite. I mean, well, not infinite, but like there's no upper limit basically. There's not really an upper limit. Except notice what the condition of her damage is. Counterattacking. She has to be hit, and it's such a big issue when Clara's taunt value is not high enough to make herself a big target to enemies. So most of the time, enemies might not even target Clara because even though she has the destruction, she has the taunt value of the destruction, which is 125, and maybe you're running like a healer, you're running a harmony. She has the highest taunt value, but it's still not consistent enough. Now you could use her ult to actually make her snowball and be attacked. The problem is that it's really hard to get to her ultimate if she's not being attacked, because the energy she regains from her skill is not really that much. And don't forget that Clara is also incredibly slow, so the time you're getting your skills off is still slow. Now, it would be better, like, it would help Clara to snowball if a boss targets Clara for an attack and enemies start attacking Clara. Yeah, that's best case scenario, but that never really comes up. And there's not really any ways other than her ult of increasing her chance to be attacked. Not to mention, while yes, the ult does become a blast attack and that's really, really good. If you attack enemies, if an enemy attacks Clara at like the left or the right edge, that blast, like like a third of its damage, I don't know, like at least some of its damage is gonna be like gone because that blast attack won't. If you hit the enemy at the corner, you lose damage. And this is the part where you want to have as much value as you can from your ult, but you have no control on how to use your ult and stuff. It's like it's so. And there's even times where Clara has her ult up, and what's it called? And Clara doesn't even get attacked, and she still uses the counter attack, but it doesn't apply the mark. Oh my god. So now you're gonna spec Clara into 2 ways: main damage dealer or an off tank, both of which I don't really like. As a damage dealer, I literally mentioned it. she's inconsistent. She doesn't have control on who she attacks, or when she attacks, or when she's gonna actually deal her damage. Um, it takes time for her to snowball with her ult, and while yes, her ult does allow her to increase the taunt to herself, unless she gets specifically targeted by the boss and all enemies start attacking her, it's not. It really makes her upper ceiling instead, like, just makes her worse because she doesn't have the taunt value. Now you're probably gonna say, okay, March 7th. Okay. March 7th still has the taunt value of a what's that called? Of a what's it called? Of a preservation or a tank. So she still has 150. Yeah, 150. And March and Clara will basically be dividing the attention of the enemies. So either they'll attack Clara or they'll attack March 7th. But in the end, there's still no guaranteed way to have Clara be attacked. Not to mention, Clara is slow. She's so slow, as I mentioned again. So if you're not in a situation where you're if you're not in a situation where you're not snowballing, it takes so long for her to go online. I feel like I'm repeating a lot of my points. You can tell I'm recording things late. Oh yeah, it's 12 o'clock. Oh well. Now, you could run her as an off tank. Except it kind of sucks. So, again, taunt value. You don't have the taunt value to actually tank for your team. You don't have the defensive utilities to tank for your team or to give them survivability. Now, you could just use her as an off tank and it's like, okay, well, we'll just have her as a sub DPS. SP generator. Well, even that's wrong because Clara's slow. At 90 speed, Clara's not really going to move that much. And it really emphasizes how divided her kit is. She's a tank. Well, she's supposed to tank. She can tank, but she can't. She doesn't have the utility that tanks have. While she can deal damage, she can deal really good damage. It's not consistent enough, and most strong characters with Clara don't really help her that much. Tingyun can, but Tingyun still takes time to actually go online. Bronya, you're not using Bronya on Clara. Dear God, that's a mistake. And then, yeah. She doesn't work well as a tank. She doesn't work well as a DPS. She doesn't even work well as a flex spot because she's not even a good SP generator.